Hey Shooby Doodlers, how are you doing? Well, today I'm going to show you how to draw a Robo Kat. And these come from my book series, Dark Claw, which is kind of Star Wars in space. You can get these from Amazon, or you can watch me read the stories with all the illustrations and everything on my Storytime channel. Just click up here for more of that. But let's not talk about it. Let's learn how to draw a Robo Kat. Well, this is Dark Claw. It was a series of 6 books I wrote originally, and I put them all together in this one book now, which you can get on Amazon. I'll put a link in the text box below. And this is a Robo Kat. And here are some more. And they kind of look after Dark Claw on his space station Dark Moon. You can click here to find out how to draw that as well. So I'm going to use pencil for a quick outline, and then I'm going to ink in. So I'm going to very quickly block out. This is kind of roughly where the head's going to go, and then we're going to want a body, and a leg will be something like that, and we're going to want a hand, and he's going to be saying halt or something like that. And now I'm going to ink this in, and we draw, it's a kind of a U shape for the head, and then we kind of come down there like that and across to give us a kind of a cat head face. And we want a kind of a sinister kind of look, but we don't actually see any eyes. It's kind of more of a shape of anything, and then the nose is just kind of lines like that, and then this kind of suggestion of whiskers, and then the neck comes in there, like there we are. The body curls around, so we've got this kind of slot that the neck sort of goes forwards and backwards in, and then this will be sort of coming down here, and then there's not really ribs there, kind of, robo suggestion of ribs. Now I'm going to do the paw here, so that would be to do something like that, which means then we can have him kind of holding his electro claw prod thing like that. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. So they have very thin arms, which are then kind of connected to joints. I suppose joint is the word, isn't it? Yeah. So that will be coming down to there like that, and then that will want to come around here. So they're sort of cylindrical disc type joints like that, and so then this side of the body will be coming in for these kind of rib things again. And then you're going to want to have another, I've gone over, so I'm going to have to do that kind of angle about there. I'm making it up as I go along. I have a very strong image of what he looks like in my head, but sometimes I feel I should do maybe a bit more underdrawing. But it's just quite fun to just do it kind of freehand like this. And then we want the legs coming down again. They'll be coming into another disc. Should be like that. This one will be coming to a disc. Something like that. That will bend back there. That will bend back there. We want that one in. And again, we want this kind of sort of movement slot, as it were. So that will go like that. And here I'm going to go like that, which means then I can come around and have the kind of paws, feet. It's all fitting in the camera. Good. And then that will sort of come around like that. And then we want to be able to see that bit behind there. That would be quite dark in there, I think. Now I'm going to put these little bits of shading in here to make these kind of definitely underneath the joint parts like that. When you are sure the ink is dry, then erase the pencil marks. Now I'm going to paint this in one colour, and this is called Winsor & Newton's Neutral Tint. You might use Payne's Grey as well, that would work. And I'm just going to kind of work my way. Oh, I've splashed a bit on there, haven't I? Oh, never mind, that will add a bit of texture. So I'm thinking that the light is coming from this direction, and so
That's what I'm working on. So I'm thinking this sort of part of the body will be darker down here. And so this is a kind of a first layer of grey, really. Here, this is a Pentel Aqua brush, if you've never used one before. So the water is in the handle and it keeps flowing, so it works differently to a normal brush. As you keep painting, the colour in the brush is sort of disappearing, and a normal brush, it kind of stays fairly consistent to the end, the shade of it, but this gets lighter and lighter as you keep painting, so you have to keep sort of working it. I have this tissue here. If I want to clean it, I just sort of squeeze the handle slightly and dib-dab a bit. So I'm going to put a bit of darker shading in there. We're on dark moon here, so we're going to have quite harsh lighting, I should think, on a space station. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get, that kind of harsh lighting effect. And then I'm going to do some quite serious shading on the ground, like that. This is kind of a skirting board in the corridor or something like that. And I want this Hulk to stand out a bit, so I think I'm going to put some kind of shadow in the background here, but I'm really going to let it kind of fade. In fact, I'm just going to add this sort of hint of it, and as I said, the brush gets, the colour in the brush gets thinner and thinner as you kind of move out, so it's really good for doing this kind of fading out shade. Now as it's wet, I can sort of drop in a bit more, and that will just sort of float into the wet area. And now I know this body part is dry, then I can come in on the top and sort of add an extra kind of layer of shadow on the ribs, and maybe an extra little bit in the eyes and the nose. Just those little details. And maybe make this sort of baton a bit darker. There comes a time when you have to stop, and that time, you hope, is before you ruin it. And it's very, very easy with watercolour and things like this. It's just to think, I'll just add a little bit more, a little bit more. Then you just do too much. And then you have to start all over again. There you go. How to draw a Robo Kat.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, click up here and go and see me reading and see all the pictures and everything from the Dark Claw stories. I'll click here and learn how to draw Dark Moon. In the meantime, make sure you have clicked up here to subscribe to the Shoo Rayner drawing channel for lots more drawing videos. And in the meantime, keep drawing, drawing, drawing. Practice, 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 and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye.